On the heels of getting Bo Bentley committed, the Oklahoma Sooners are hosting a massive official visitor weekend. And of course, today we got to break it all down. Oklahoma's got several top 100 players on campus, multiple top 300 guys. So, we got to chop it up. Before we do that, though, as always, I want to hear from y'all. Join the discussion. Jump down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are about the commitment of Bo Bentley and over under 4.5 commits. Oklahoma's already got one, but over under 4.5 commits from the Champion Barbecue weekend. All right. So Oklahoma has got a list of a bunch of big time visitors this weekend for the Champion Barbecue. And coming off the heels of Bo Bentley being committed to Oklahoma, they needed that kind of momentum going into this weekend because with some of the guys that you're going to have on campus, especially on the offensive side of the ball, you really wanted to try to get some excitement around the program. You really wanted to get some excitement amongst the guys. And Bo Bentley actually surprised a ton of people by not only committing on Friday, but showing up to Norman to help recruit a bunch of the guys that are going to be there. And one of the guys that's going to be on campus that I think we got to talk about that we really haven't talked about enough is going to be Jordan Clay out of Madison High School in San Antonio, Texas. At 6'3", 200 pounds, Jordan Clay is a dynamic wide receiver. Obviously, he's got the height, which is something that I think a lot of Oklahoma fans have wanted. Jordan Clay went and visited Colorado on June 6th, was at Baylor last week, and you got Oklahoma here. So for Oklahoma, right, this seems like a recruitment that you could win, a top 100 guy, but he's a big-bodied wide receiver, which is one of the things, if you're an Oklahoma fan, you see in the evaluation, and one thing that you really want from him. When he's in midair, right, he's pretty acrobatic, and he's really good with his hands. And again, with that frame, he's got really good body control and spatial awareness. So one of the other things that you look at, multi-sport athlete there. He played in the Texas 6A 110-meter hurdles, was a regional qualifier there as a junior. In the 2024 football season, had 41 receptions, 900 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 22 yards per catch. Also recorded 1 interception on defense. So really like what you've seen from him as a wide receiver. And Emmett Jones absolutely wants Jordan Clay. If Bo Bentley can help close the deal there this weekend, would be a phenomenal pickup for the Oklahoma Sooners and would be the second highest commit in Oklahoma's class currently. Now, another wide receiver that's on campus. Not a lot of people expected him to actually make it. Craig Dandridge, the 6'1", 172-pound wide receiver out of Alpharetta, Georgia. Now, right now, the predictions and everything actually lean for the path of Georgia. He's got a commitment date of June 25th currently on the calendar. And again, was not really expected that he was going to show up to campus. Was at Georgia May 30th, was at Stanford May 16th, was at Georgia Tech June 6th, and obviously now here at the Champion Barbecue. If this is another one where Oklahoma can go in there and close the deal, let me tell you, you're going to see Oklahoma fans across the board be completely ecstatic. One, going into the state of Georgia, landing a big-time prospect doesn't happen very often. But two, to kind of be behind the 8 ball would be a phenomenal win. Now, looking at some of the other guys that are going to be on campus, guys that you're wanting Oklahoma to go out there and land, that's going to be Jake Krull, the 5-star defensive end out of Orlando, Florida, in IMG Academy. Just phenomenal, all-around great prospect. Somebody that Miguel Chavis, Brent Venables have put a lot of time into. This is one where some people have said Oklahoma leads, but you've got Ohio State in the mix. You've got Texas trying to go out there and land his services as well. Jake Krull's recruitment probably goes into the football season, even if he decides to commit somewhere. So even if he doesn't commit to Oklahoma, I'm still pretty confident that if Oklahoma goes out there and has a really good season, they could try to make the case to go out there and flip him. But additionally, I think there's a situation where we don't see him commit at all right now. So Jake Krull on campus, big-time prospect, one we're going to have to follow back up on after the official visit weekend. Taj Overton, the 6'2.5", 270-pound defensive lineman out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, on campus this week. One where I favor Oklahoma right now in his recruitment. Probably going to be putting him on commit watch, so just keep that. I really like where Oklahoma sits with Taj Overton. It feels like things are building pretty quickly there. Things are getting back on the right track. So for Oklahoma to be able to go out there and land, who some people have as the number 1 prospect in Oklahoma, would be phenomenal. Now, Daniel Odom, the wide receiver, 4-star wide receiver that's currently committed to Oklahoma, is back on campus. The rumor is he's excited to play with Bo Bentley. I think a lot of people thought if Jaden O'Neal decommits, maybe Daniel Odom follows. I think we're going to have to watch this situation. I don't think that's necessarily 100% set in stone, but Daniel Odom back on campus. Great to see that. We'll see where Oklahoma can kind of lean there. Jacob Eberhardt out of Kirkwood High School in St. Louis, Missouri, 6'1", 210 pounds, Oklahoma-Nebraska battle there. He's back on campus. You've heard some rumors that maybe Oklahoma leads there. We'll kind of see what's going to come out of that weekend, but big-time prospect there. Zachary Turner, the 6'2", 200-pound wide receiver out of Duncanville, Texas. Now, you've got some people trying to sell to him that he can be a tight end. Some people that saying, hey, he can be a wide receiver. Oklahoma maybe selling him that he could be a flex guy, right? A guy that could play tight end and wide receiver. So Zachary Turner would be a phenomenal win because out of this Duncanville High School, that's not a high school where Oklahoma has traditionally won a lot of recruitments. So keep your eyes on that one. That one's interesting. You've got 2 more commits that are on campus this weekend. Brian Harris, who's been the phenomenal defensive line recruiter for Oklahoma since he's committed here, 6'4", 290 pounds. He's on campus. Ryder Mix, the teammate of Davian Gross, who's currently at Baylor, he is here this weekend. You got Braden Presley out of Bixby, Oklahoma. Phenomenal all-around athlete, one that Jay Valai wants to be able to go out there and get. 5'11", 190 pounds, Oklahoma, Kansas State, just a couple of schools that are in that recruitment. DeAndre Lafayette. Now, this might not be a name that you're super familiar with, but another prospect to where if you're an Oklahoma fan, you're kind of like looking at guys that maybe could pop out of this weekend. DeAndre Lafayette is one guy that you're looking at. I think Colin Kennedy actually posted a picture of him when he showed up in Norman. He posted a picture of Ray's Barbecue, which is, if you guys haven't been there, great barbecue spot. But DeAndre Lafayette is a guy that 100% you could see popping by the end of this weekend. So keep your guys' eyes peeled there. You got Miami and a couple other schools involved. Devin Robinson, another guy that I would put on commit watch. Since Oklahoma's offered him, they've done a really good job at trying to position themselves to be able to go land that commitment. So 6'2", 330 pounds. Let me tell you, he carries that weight really good. Would probably be your next center, but could be a guy that could flex into a guard position as well. So again, I would watch for Devin Robinson to potentially be on commit watch for Oklahoma. Nico Gendro and Bo Gendro. Now remember, Nico Gendro is currently committed in this class for Oklahoma. His twin brother, Bo, is not committed, but Bo recently just came off a visit from Texas and Oregon. I would, again, this is a guy that you would project to be in Oklahoma's class. This is a layup for Oklahoma. This should be one that they go out there and win. And let me tell you, Bo Gendro is just as jacked as his brother. So keep your guys' eyes peeled there. There's a couple other guys on campus. We're just waiting to get official confirmations out of them. We're going to actually potentially have a couple of these guys on the podcast to kind of recap their visits. So make sure you guys are tuning in on, let's say, Monday, Tuesday, and we'll kind of recap this weekend. But that's kind of what's going on for Oklahoma. Big time official visit weekend. The Sooners trying to make some moves. Like I said, I could probably see Oklahoma going 7 straight commits coming out of the weekend because they've already got some already lined up. So I think Oklahoma's going to be getting a lot of momentum on the recruiting trail. Jump in the comments below. Join the discussion. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are about this big weekend for Oklahoma. If you are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that like and you hit that subscribe button.